I was trying to put this one in because it's longer, but that's better.
All right, shalom, shalom. We want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kadash. Once again, give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His word in truth and sincerity and for moving well. And salutations to the elect, Lord, winning with some of those men and women that believe and fear the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai. Y'all know brothers we're the brothers with Gmshawaii. And we come out here week in and week out and prophesy and preach the truth, the gospel, the good news of the Bible to the elect of Israel. Who are the Israelites? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Mexicans, those that go back to us on their father's side, and even if they look like the other nations, right? We're the Hebrew Israelites. We're the biblical Hebrew Israelites. Real quick, we're going to open up with Amos chapter 1. Verse 1, the point's going to be in 11. Because I read the title of the thing in the video. Yeah, judgment of the wicked.
This the book of Amos 1 and verse 11, but the subtitle says judgment on neighbor nations. So Amos 1 and 11 says, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
What verse you started on?
Verse 11.
Oh, yeah, that was the spirit. It went straight to the point. Read it again.
Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not return away the punishment thereof.
Yeah. So, like, you know, there's a running, because Vocab Malone showed up to the Zaquanian brothers out there, Aquarium out there in Cleveland. He had all his people there with him. There was a bunch of people out there with Vocab Malone, and then even the cops was out there, right? And the brothers, you know, they bear with them. And this ain't the first time they had to deal with him, right? They dealt with him many occasions, all right? And that's what he does. He comes to interrupt and try to throw off the spirit. You know, they want you to believe that the Bible is a book for all nations. They want you to believe that the gospel, the good news, is for all nations, and it's not. The gospel is only for one people, the Israelites. But because, you know, it ain't just start with American evangelicalism. It didn't just start with Vocab Malone, right? It goes back to after the apostles and the true believers started to die off. They took hold to the doctrine, and it was mainly like Hellenized Jakes, right? Hellenized Jakes took control of the gospel, and they brought in a lot of paganism. And so where this gospel used to be a nationalist gospel, meaning not nationalism in the modern term nationalism, but it was for a nation of people, right? The Israelites. So instead of the Israelites being a nation of people now all of a sudden the Israelites are universal people, the so-called Church of Jesus, right? The spiritual Israelites, right? Instead of both spiritual and physical, but you have to be both. right? You have to have the spirit of an Israelite. You have to be an Israelite. Physically, born into this world through an Israelite father, right? And now you're Israelite. Okay, so instead of that, they transferred it to being a universal thing. People like what's the dude in Constantine? He didn't like the Jews. He didn't like our, and that's where the gospel started at. The Israelites, that we didn't, Israelites, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the southern kingdom. Yahweh himself was part of the southern kingdom, Judah, right? So he didn't like any of that. So what they did was he disdained that. So they added all this other stuff. And now you have what you have today, modern day era, you have universalism, supersessionism, replacement theology, where Christianity says that the Lord placed his people with the so-called Christian church. And that's not biblical, right? And it doesn't matter what later thinkers or later theologians or later philosophers or scholars thought about the scriptures. That ain't the truth. What they talking about, they ain't got the truth. People like David Guzik, they don't have the truth, right? So they got to make it palatable for everybody. Now, like I didn't get to watch the video. I believe it was either Apostle Bar did a video speaking about how like Christianity is changing because of this truth. Christians are being forced to read the Bible, right? And not only just read it, but now they have to have some type of understanding with the scriptures. Because like what we were doing when we were in the world, we were just simpletons. We were like sheep going to the slaughter, right? We would just go to these churches, and whoever was standing in the pulpit, you didn't care about the history. You don't know about their education. You don't know nothing. You don't know if the Lord is really dealing with these people spiritually. You just leaned on people to tell you about the scriptures and believe every word that came out of their mouth. And they've been given a script. They've been given a false doctrine to push. When you go to theology school, Bo Cameron, he went to so-called theologian school. We call it a cemetery school, seminary school, whatever. He went to these schools, and what do these schools teach him? God loves everybody. The one he even called Jesus and God and Jesus is a so-called white man. And he just loves everybody. Everybody's supposed to have salvation, even if they're looking for it or not looking for it. Everybody, if you believe in Jesus, you can get salvation. That's what they say. And that's not in the scriptures. Right? In fact, Yahweh's name is in Jesus. They don't tell you that. You don't learn that. The only reason why people start nowadays talking about the letter J is because the apostles, the elders, the brothers, bishop elders, they're going in on that stuff. So now people got to say, well, now it's like common knowledge. Oh, the letter J didn't start. Okay, if that's the case, if you know that much, why you still calling on Jesus? You got something going on?
What I was going to say, you mentioned it earlier. It's like Constantine, after the apostles, the believers were persecuted at Jerusalem. Who stayed back there? The wicked of Israel. That's how modern day religion, Christian, after Christian religion was made. It was a fusion of some spiritual doctrine with paganism. And why they do it? Like who's like Constantine? They took over the whole empire. What do they want? They want something to have in common amongst all people, and that's why they started bringing in, the idols or the saints, which are nothing but idols.
Those holidays.
To appease all the people, man. Because it's better to have, a bunch of, in their mind, a bunch of idols, or saints, whatever they want to call them, to appease everybody, right? And to be just faithful to Yahweh Shemawashah. Because why? There was going to be conflict, man.
Yeah.
So it's not something that just happened 100 years ago or 200. It's been going on for thousands of years, man. Of the scriptures for various purposes. Just a couple centuries.
Yeah, people like Constantine the Great are nothing but idol worship. The sun worship. That's what he worshipped, the sun, the physical sun. He didn't worship the son of the Most High. He worshipped the physical, this thing with the sun. He was a pagan. He was an Israelite, the Hellenized, deeply Hellenized, but nonetheless, he was a pagan in his thoughts, in his mind, in his beliefs. So, like Quan said, they wanted to bring control over the people. If for a long time, Christianity had control over people until the Lord raised up all the Abba Bibbers and the truth started to permeate the earth. And now we in a standstill right now. You got those that believe in the truth that came out of Christianity, Islam, the ways of the world, that came back to the truth, the knowledge of Yahweh Shah. And that's where we at today. Right? So one of those core beliefs in universal Christianity, I was going to say, I believe Catholic means universal. If you look it up, definition for Catholic means does Catholic means universal. Does Catholic? But you can say Catholicism, but that's just Catholic belief.
I asked, does Catholic mean universal? It says yes. The word Catholic literally means universal. It comes from the ancient Greek word katholikos, which means according to the whole or complete, or kata meaning concerning, plus holos meaning whole.
And there you go. So in the doctrine, the true doctrine of Yahweh Shai is not a universal doctrine. It's an exclusive doctrine. Right? It's an exclusive word. Those promises, the gift, the covenants, the glory, the kingdom of heaven, that's for a people. It's not for all people now. Are all people going to exist there? Yeah. Right? As it's being built up, the nations, they're going to build it up for us. Just like we build their kingdoms up. We built all these societies up. Even going back to ancient Egypt. It was through Yahweh Shai, Egypt became great. Through Yahweh Shai, raising up Joseph. Right? And that's how it became. They became a world power. Persians and the Persian. I'm sorry. We focus on the fourth beast. I mean the fourth beast, right? So you had the Assyrian, Neo-Babylonian Empire. It became great because of who? Because of Israelites. Now the Most High made Nebuchadnezzar a strong leader, a strong warrior, but it became great because of our people drug into it. They didn't, in the beginning, they didn't just drag the dregs of Jakes into Babylonian captivity. They took the greatest of our people. You can read about that in the book of Daniel chapter 1. They took the chief of our people. And eventually they took everybody. Right? Then you had, but it was Jakes that made that place great for 67 years. But then they went down. Who took the Neo-Babylonian Assyrian Empire down? Who was next? The Medo-Persian Empire. Yep, it was the Medo-Persian Empire by way of Darius the Mede. And all they did was cover down on what they had already taken over and took our people too. So Daniel went into that captivity. He went from the Assyrian, Neo-Babylonian captivity to that one. Then we served Cyrus the Great. Eventually, because Cyrus took over the Medo side, and it was just the Persian Empire. It became the Persian Empire. Who took the Persian Empire down? Alexander the Greek, right? Through the Greco Empire. And what did he do? He covered down, grabbed our people up, right? He was a great warrior, but who made him a great warrior? Yahweh Shah. And we built their societies up. We added to their societies, whether both righteous or wicked. It was Jakes that came up with those deep stories about Zeus and all that other bullshit, Jupiter, all these, and just added on. In the ancient world, Zeus was a so-called black man. You know what I'm saying? And then you had what? Who took the Greco Empire down? The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire covered down over the Grecian Empire. Right? Again, they took the best of our people, and we built those societies up. We played pivotal roles in those societies, just like we do today. In this society, Rome 2.0. These Edomites, they love to walk around with this proud ideology that they built this society up through their ingenuity, and through their military might, through their grit, through their intellectual prowess. And they did that. That ain't true, bro. That ain't true. They led the way because they were ruling. But who made it great? It was our people. Jake made it great. That's the title for a lesson. Jake made it great. Jake did make it great. Jake, they took our ideas, they took our identity, they took things that we had already had. They want you to believe that the Northern Kingdom, so-called Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans, when they were over here in the Americas, that they were just savages, just chopping on each other's body parts, stabbing each other up, working each other over. But no, our people had great feats. on this side of the earth, shit that they didn't even have on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So the point of the matter is that our people did these things. I forgot why I was leading that. So,
We were reading Amos, going into
yeah. So one of the great, one of the great pillars of the Edomite gospel, one of the great pillars of Christianity is that the Lord loves everybody, and that not everybody's going to, the only people that are going to be judged are the people that sin against the Lord. That's it. If you sin, you know, you got to go stand into the great red line and wait for judgment and hear your judgment. They make these movies and they illustrations of people so-called in heaven at the pearly gates with Peter. That ain't in the scriptures. The scriptures don't say that Peter is standing at the gates with a list of names to get into the club. That's not true. It's not. The Lord judged nations. He's never stopped judging nations, and the nations will be judged, even if they're hiding themselves. When they're hiding themselves by these modern identities, the Lord knows who they are, and they're going to get judged. The nation of Edom, which we call today so-called white people, so-called Europeans, and their biblical identity is Edomites, and our people are scattered amongst them. You got the nation of Ham, and his different tribes within Ham. They're still on the earth. People like the Cushites, who call themselves Ethiopian today, right? The Arabs, Ishmael, right? People call themselves Arabs, and you can throw the Midianites in there too. Midian, all of them, the sons of Midian, they're all amongst the people, and they know they can go back to Ishmael. They pride themselves in going back to Ishmael, right? But they don't call themselves Israelites today. They call themselves Saudi Arabia. They call themselves Iraqis. They call themselves Kurds. They call themselves Egyptians. Right? They don't tell you. You never have learned in school, in grade school, elementary, high school, and barely even in college, unless you take a history course. And they may touch on briefly, but they never talk about the Arab conquest and how that changed the face of North Africa and countries like how it changed not only the face of North Africa, but Mesopotamia, ancient Mesopotamia, because the Ishmaelites aren't native to those lands. Real quick, go on Google and ask when did what impact did the Arab conquest have on Mesopotamia, what you call modern day Iraq today? Oh no. The better question. When did the Arabs conquer Mesopotamia? We're going into a little history. We're going to get back into the precepts. We're going into a little history. Some things you should know, right? Because they'll have you think that the people that are calling themselves Egyptians today in Egypt are native to their land, and they're not. They're not even the people on the walls that they selling people to go look at. Those are not those people. Where those people at? Those are the Sudanese. Those are the Ethiopians who used to call themselves Nubians at one point. The Cushites, right? Those people, the Canaanites. Those are all Hamitic people. What you call Phoenicians, the Philistines, all Hamitic people, right? You got it.
I'm going to say it's part of that covering cast that East-West.
Oh, bring that out. Give that precept real quick. Isaiah 7.
The book of Isaiah 25 and 7.
25 is a man.
It says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
And that mountain is here in America. Right here, that veil is being pulled back. All nations have a covering cast on them, even us. We thought we were black, Latino, Native Americans. Couldn't find out we're the Israelites the Bible speaks of. Right? Chinese people. They're not fucking Chinese. Those are the Moabites and the Ammonites. I often wonder when I was in the world, why these people look alike? Why they look similar? Because they're fucking brother nations, bro. Yeah. And they got that permanent Down syndrome look to them. They do. The Koreans, they're nothing more than Moabites with with Ammonites sprinkled amongst them because Ammon took over Korea for some time. That's why they look so much alike. When you look at Koreans, they look more like Japanese people. Yeah. And like Chinese people. But the point of the matter is, those are one people and nations. And then the people that look like them, the different tribes of those people, because they spread their seed too through the Mongol Empire and whatnot. But those are all Moabites. Genghis Khan was a fucking Moabite. That's all. Ain't nothing special about that nigga. It's
savage beast.
Just savage fucking beast. A fucking pot licker. A pot washer. That's what they're gonna be. Right? You look at the people here today, me and a brother, we live in Japhet land. So-called Polynesian, Micronesian, Melanesian, Tongan, Hawaiian, Samoan people, right? Peloponnesian people. These are the Japhites the Bible speaks of, bro. Why with all Esau, which is intellect and Esau, with all Esau's intellect and his so-called academia, they act like they don't know where these people went at. Where did the Japhite people go? Or where did the Etruscan people go? We know that they lived in Rome and Italy. They had all the Mediterranean Sea. Where did they go? Nigga, what about the Picts? Every time they show you somebody from Europe, there's always an Edomite-looking person. Edomite person with tattoos. That's not part of Edomite culture. They took it on when they took the people over, but the tattoos don't come from them. Come from these people, man. Japhet.
Well, you didn't have names, you had tribes back then, back in those lands called I remember Apostle Ram out there, the lesson on the Manoans.
Yeah.
And over here you got, streets and
lands
called
Manoa. Like Manoa Falls.
Yeah,
and then slackers. And then you look it up, they're like, oh, it don't go together. Nigga, it's the same word. Where the fuck did they come up with Manoa at? That's what they're saying. Those are my ancient Minoans. The reason why you see them, it's like Gilligan's Islands for Japhites, man. These people got stranded on deserted islands, man. Yeah. They were leaving as a mass of people. They left Europe, man. Or they got pushed out of Europe. Mainly pushed out by who? The Germanic tribes, the Edomites. They got pushed out. They had to go somewhere. They couldn't just disappear. So what did they do? They came to the islands like New Zealand. That was a big spot. That was a big landing zone for them. New Zealand. Then they kept going. Then you got the Pacific Isles, man. And they kept some of their ways. Like the ancient Etruscans, women, they would always have their breasts exposed. They were covered from the waist down, but they had their breasts exposed. Same shit they was doing over here. Without them coconuts that they see them wear, Esau made them put them shits on. Made them put the coconuts on to cover their titties. Yeah. They made them put clothes on to cover their nudeness. Right? Those are nothing more than Japhetic people. The ancient Etruscans, Minoans, the Pict people. Why do they call the Pict people the Picts?
Why did they call the Pict people Picts? It says the Romans called the Picts the Picti, which means painted people or tattooed people.
Look. That's what these people are, bro. That's what these people are, man. They're known for that. These Japhetic people, all the tribes, Hawaiian, Samoan, Tongan, fucking Fijians, all them people, all these people of the Pacific Isles are known for tattooing their bodies. The word tattoo in itself is a Samoan word, bro. That ain't even English. You got it, bro.
But that's Esau again. Part of Esau's covering castle for all people.
Fucking demon. If you see a nigga like this come out the woods rushing you, bro, they like a fucking demon. Look. They look, bro. This is tribal tattooing. Other nations, they did tattooing somewhat, but a lot of them, like the Hamitic nations, they do scarification. Yeah, that's their thing. Yeah, the brandings and the knife cutting, knife burning.
When they put them rings on their legs or
their
lips and shit.
Yeah.
Heathen shit.
Look at this shit. This nigga was tattooed and balled up from the neck down, bro. These are the ancient Picts, bro, that were pushed out of those lands. That's what you had on there.
It says, the Romans called the Picts the Picts, which means painted people or tattooed people because of their habit of painting or tattooing their body.
Yeah, and Esau, he's not known for that. They do it now, of course. They took look, that's a spirit, bro. My man walking by with all the tattoos. That's a spirit, bro. We ain't making this up. These people have a history, and it don't just start from where we found them at. Just like we have a history, it don't just start from where the nations found us at. Whether that be in the Americas, or whether that be in West Africa, or whether that be in places in Europe, we didn't just start those places. We have a history, we have a gene. And that was a spirit. You have all the tattoos on them, bro. That's a spirit, because that's a heathen culture thing. Now it's become cultural, appropriated through all nations, even Jake. Some of us have tattoos on us. We didn't know why we was doing this shit. We just did it because it was a tattoo shop at the street, and it was something cool to do. We didn't realize that we were sinning. We didn't realize that we were taking on a customs. Jeremiah 10:1 real quick.
Jeremiah 10 and verse 1 says, "Hear ye the word which Yahweh spake unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them."
That's right. And we learned the ways of the heathen, things that the Lord told us not to do. Whether that was, it started with their idolatry, because those different tattoos and shit, those are nothing but sigils, witchcraft sigils, and that's what they use to tap into the spirit on the left hand side.
Well, you
right?
look at that movie, Moana and shit.
Yeah.
When Maui was explaining his tattoos, they don't mean something. Some of them is tail, some of them is, symbols of protection, a bunch of idolatry.
A bunch of idolatry, right? Because none of those things really gave them that. It was really the Lord.
Right?
Yeah, how about Shema was shot? That was in there?
Yeah.
Go back to the information you got. That was it on the information you got?
Well, this one is pretty good too.
Yeah.
It says external label. It says the people themselves did not call themselves the Picts. It was a label given to them by outsiders. Again, a covering cast that Esau put upon the nation, man. Because that was not their original names. Who knows what they were calling themselves, but probably one of the names of the sons of Jeffrey,
Yeah. Somebody on here said somebody named Gmshawaii. I didn't even know we had a camp out there. Says, when I was a computer engineering major, my professor would say, everyone look at your left, everyone look to your right. Half will not graduate. Half will not graduate with an engineering degree. Well, they do that all the time in colleges. They did it to me. When I went to school, they was like, look to your left, look to your right. So many people not going to be here next year. Yeah, because college ain't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got to do with the scriptures, though. Gmshawaii said, my college started out with 300 engineering majors, only 75 graduates. Well, whatever. It's not really important. That don't serve no purpose what we talking about. We just mentioned college because the colleges and universities where they're supposed to be the apex of education, they don't educate you. Educate means to bring out what's in you, right? They're really indoctrinated with different philosophies, ideologies, right? Different control mechanisms. The only people that get to truly be educated in an educated field are those that got the money to pay for it. When you go to these high-level private schools, right? They don't even have regular school. Like, how you sit down at your desk and you are instructed by somebody? They don't teach you like that. They had a motherfucker sit around at a desk and they'll give them a topic and they'll just talk about it, whether they understand it or not. Or they might give them a book to read and then they'll talk about the book. Well, how do you feel about this? What do you think about that? And that's how these people learn. Because education in the Americas, particularly North America, is not about truly educating. It's about indoctrinating. But they call it indoctrination, they call it education. That's why you get a degree. It goes back to masonry. It's different degree levels, right? So you got you got an associate's degree, you got a bachelor's degree, you got a master's degree, then you get a doctorate degree, right? It's all bullshit.
Light brainwash to heavy brainwash.
Yeah, heavy brainwash. So once you get to that point, it's hard to talk to that nigga. I'm a doctor. Especially
about spirituality.
they're not gonna adopt in divinity. Well, them doctors of divinity, they're true. I don't know no doctors of divinity that got the truth. None. They ain't out here doing the work. You know what I'm saying?
That was it on that one. On the info.
All right, hold on, man. The Lord didn't call for everyone to be here. Yeah, only meant for those who were destined to get it. This dude ain't part of GMS Somalia. Hold on. I'm going to his channel. GMS Somalia. I seen this guy some years ago. 1 subscriber, 11 videos. Yeah, he ain't talking about that. Nigga got, this is how you respond to scoffers. They got Martin on the phone. Martin Lawrence and shit. Oh, look, he got one of our videos right here. Matthew 12:36. They shall give an account for every idle word speaking. And they got us. Yeah. 6 days ago. This dude just put videos up. He put videos up 3 days ago. This is a scoffer site. Yeah, GMS Somalia is not with Great Millstone. We don't know who you are, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. You're not a part of us, man. You got it, bro. What were you talking about?
You want me to go back to Amos?
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Back in Amos 1:11, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh by Gmshawaii, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity."
Yeah, and that's right. And that's what Esau did. He pursued us with the sword, which was his blessing. Because this ancient hatred that Esau has for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, this goes back to the garden. This goes back to Cain and Abel. This goes back to Jacob or Esau and Jacob. Right? Jacob is the primary son now. So we say Jacob and Esau, but it goes back to Esau and Jacob. And a beef, because I looked it up on chat, it was saying something that was a disagreement between 2 individuals became a national thing. And that's really, the Lord wanted that way, because we're 2 different nations, even though we're brother nations. We're more, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian, we're more related to the so-called white man than any other nation on the earth. And he don't know that. He don't care. That's why did it say he did pursue his brother with the sword?
Yeah.
That's what it say?
Yeah, it says,
Read it again.
Amos 1:11, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Gmshawaii, for 3 transgressions of Edom."
Yeah, they want you to believe that the nation of Edom don't exist no more. Like they just went away. But yet the children of Israel exist. The scripture says that there's no end to the people. So how if the children of Israel, who they believe are those people that's living in the land today, who call themselves Jewish people, if they believe that they're God's people, because I was watching that video earlier today, and it was a small hat, and this woman was asking them basically, so 1 Jewish life is worth tens of thousands of Palestinian lives? He said millions. He said 1 Jewish life is worth millions of Palestinian lives because we're God's people. He chose us. So and I was like, this is the pride on this devil. He chose us. That's what he said. But if they're here, then the Edomites got to be here. The Edomites have to be here because they're the Israelites' arch enemy. The Philistines got to be here. The Moabites, the Ammonites, they got to be here. The Ishmaelites. You read about our enemies, the Tabernacles of Edom, Ishmael, the Hagareans, Gabal, Moab, Ammon, Assyria, Ashur. You read about these people, Amalek. These people got to be here.
For real.
If you're here, that means they're here. And what they're doing is they're trying to push their identity onto other people. Right? The Amalekites, they try to say Amalekite is a person who comes up against Israel, the state of Israel. They'll push that image on Ishmael, the Palestinians. They'll push. Then they say Japheth is the so-called white man. Everybody except Edom. Nobody knows where Edom at. Ask Vocab Malone, where's Edom at? He can't tell you. Oh, they're done away with. They're going away with. So now the Lord is dealing with a whole brand new batch of random people. That don't make no sense. That's confusion. What it is that the Edomites, because the one that this message really belongs to, this message don't, the average person, the average heathen, shouldn't be listening to what we say. Because they just going to be a part of the what they call it, there's a word for it, casualties of war. This word is for the elite, the banking families. They know that they're the Edomites. The Rothschilds, they know they're the Edomites, but they're trying to say that they go back to Jacob, David, the house of David. What they're trying to do is what? Get back the birthright. We've been talking about this for decades, starting with the apostles. Esau, he wants the birth. This is the reason why he's trying to create immortality through technology. This is the reason why they want to enslave the world digitally. This is the reason why they want to cut off many people in the world. Because they're trying to formulate a pseudo blessing for themselves, a pseudo eternal blessing for themselves. You got this dude, the guy that runs ChatGPT, the AI guy. What was his name? I had said his name earlier today. What is his name? Not Peter Thiel. God, who's created? Yeah, Sam Altman. The water's a Sam Altman was talking about something. They're gonna create a genie that gives you endless wishes. Like this motherfucker wants you to get a whole bunch of wishes. The average person, Joe Sixpack, you get a wish. You ain't get no fucking wish. They ain't creating nothing for you. When they talk about living forever, it ain't for the average Edomite. They want that to be solely given to the elites. Right. Because they get old and they die. Or they do all that wickedness in the earth and you still die like a man that you are. Right? So, but guess what? What they're trying to do is get the blessing. That's a part of our blessing. Esau, this thing goes back to the garden. It don't even just start with Jacob and Esau. It goes back to the garden between the serpent and the woman. Right? Who the serpent beguiled Eve. And she brought wickedness to Adam. And Adam, he submitted to her. And then we hear where we at. Oh, you ain't gonna die. You'll be like one of them. But you did die because we were righteous and we were supposed to live forever. And we will live forever. But now we had to experience what happens when you rule in wickedness and live in wickedness and rebel against Yahweh Shah. Okay? But the point of the matter is what Esau is trying to do, everything that we're about to get through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, he's trying to get through by way of his means, his hands, working with Satan on the left-hand side, creating technologies that supposedly help forward their life, but they just destroy life. Okay,
it says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 generations of Edom. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Yeah, so he kept his wrath forever. Like again, the Edomites, the average Edomite don't know why they hate Jake the way they hate him. They don't know why they're always uncomfortable when we come around in more than one number. They just pick a reason and they say, okay, this is the reason why. They'll catch Jake acting stupid, acting base. And these other nations, they jump on the same bandwagon as Esau, and they don't even know why. Because that ancient hatred goes back to ancient times. The nations hate us because the Lord chose us. The nations hate us because our ways are different than theirs. The nations hate us because Yahweh Shah chose us. Right? So that natural hatred that Esau has for us, that's a perpetual hatred. Ezekiel 35:5. And we'll go back to Amos.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, it is. So Esau had a perpetual hatred for us from the womb. And whenever he got in power, he exercised that hatred. Right? He did everything in his power to display that hatred that he has for us. And it's perpetual. He loves blood. He's a shudder of blood. With the Rothschild's mother, she said, if my sons didn't want war, there would be no war. But they want war. Right? They relish in the fact that they have the power over people to destroy them. It was given to them. Revelation 6 and 5. Really 6 and 4.
Revelation 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
There it is. So power was given to Esau. He's the one on that red horse. That red horse represents him. Right? And power was given to him to what? To take peace on the earth. With this man in power, is there actually peace on the earth? No. There's nothing but war, bloodshed, dirt. There's nothing but confusion, deception, wickedness, evil. That's what's here. Because of this man. He's in power. Right? He talking about peace. How is he going to bring peace? Through war. Through his wars. Peace through his policies. His policies destroy people. His wars destroy people in lands. Displace people. Why is he going to war with these other nations? Is it because they want to go to war with them? No. They want their resources. They want to control. They want to control the people. That's what these wars are all about. And to spread their agendas. And whatever else they got going on. Whatever, and it ain't nothing righteous. It's all wicked. You ain't gonna have no peace with him. There's no peace to the wicked. There's no rest in the wicked. He gotta keep going and destroying. It said heap up to him all people, and he still ain't satisfied. He's in a power seat right now. But yet he wants so much more. He wants immortality. He wants to be the most high. He wants to be omnipotent. This whole digital prison that they're setting up around the people, they're trying to be the eyes in the sky. They want to be the most high. They want to know where you at. They want you to have nothing and be happy. That's what they say. The Lord didn't create the earth for us to have nothing and be happy. That don't make no damn sense. Because nobody's happy with nothing. Nobody. Everybody wants something. Well, in the new system, you ain't gonna have nothing. You want to be a digital slave.
The thing is that Esau, there ain't nothing wrong with war as long as it's done it righteously. And the Heavenly Father sending our Lord and Savior Yahushua to wage war on these nations, chiefly on Edom, to establish a righteous kingdom. The way Esau is, pushing war out here is in wickedness, man. There's worldwide conflicts all the time. And what is Esau doing to stop him? Nothing. Because he's benefiting off of these, wicked, circles, man. Whether it's child trafficking, sex trafficking, drugs, all that Esau's benefiting monetarily and control also over people. Right? But Yahushua is gonna, he's gonna come to wage war on Esau, on the heathens, to what? To establish a righteous kingdom.
On his enemies. And once he's established righteousness, ain't gonna be no more war. When the real children of Israel are in power via Yahushua, and we have our King David on that throne, that perpetual throne, ain't gonna be no more wars. Ain't gonna be not one war. Because what do these people have wars for anyway? It's because it's two equal opposing forces, and they're trying to stop one people from doing something. No, you got one people, what's about that mighty nation against a weak nation, to do what? To protect their land, and their resources, and their people, to exploit their lands, right? To displace people, to move people from their landmarks. That's what it's for. Just the bloodshed, sacrifice. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that these world wars are nothing but blood sacrifices to Satan. They don't tell you that. But it is. It is. When you see people getting put to death, those are nothing more than blood sacrifices. Abortion, blood sacrifices. You think you're just getting rid of you think you're getting rid of the responsibility of having a child, but in reality, you're making a sacrifice to Molech. So an idol that these Edomites worship on high. Yeah.
Back in
give me on school class.
Back in Amos, actually, I wanted to read the NOT.
Yeah, that's one I wanted you to too. That's the spirit.
Amos 1 and 11 in the NOT, it says, "This is what the Lord says: the people of Edom have sinned again and again, and I will not let them go unpunished. They chased down their relatives, the Israelites, with swords, showing them no mercy.
Yeah.
In their rage, they slashed them continually, and were relenting in their anger.
Yeah, that's right. They just kept, they're angry. But what are they angry about? That blessing. Right? The birthright, the blessing. That's what they're angry about. Why did the Lord choose them? His name is Supplanter, Yahweh. He supplants people out of stuff. Why'd you choose him? Why not me? Give a blessing for me. For me. Nigga cry like a bitch, bro. You had to be there to see this shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, you ever see a Edomite red, but crying? That nigga was like deep red, crying like a bitch, yo. Cause he got had. But it wasn't what he can't understand. What they won't understand, it was never for you from the beginning. Your mother knew that. Your father knew that, man. But your mother, she really knew that. Rebecca, was it Rebecca? Rebecca. Or Rachel. Rachel. No, Isaac and Rebecca. Oh, it was Rachel. Rachel is the mother. Rachel, the angel came to her and told her, like, look, one people are going to be stronger than the other. The elder's going to serve the younger. There are two different nations in your womb. Rebecca. I know, Isaac and Rebecca. Oh, yeah. Rachel was Jacob. So Rebecca, he told Rebecca, like, look, man, this is going to happen. You know, women, it happened to them. They try to get it out of their mind. Angel came and saw me. I was crazy. I'm going to just shake that off. But then, when Isaac got old and he was about to bless Esau, the mom, the Lord put her in a perfect place to eavesdrop. Oh, shit. That's what the angel said there. Well, wait a minute. Jacob, get in here. Yes, to fulfill the Lord's will. And the Lord put the spirit on Rebecca to do what she did. Say, hey, look, go ahead and put your brother clothes on. I gotta put them dirty ass clothes on. This shit stink, man. Put them on. Your father about to bless this nigga. Right? And she knew the nigga wasn't right. She raised this nigga. He came out of her vagina hole. She knew the nigga was off. That crazy ass nigga, you see the shit he be doing? Oh, that crazy ass nigga, he can't get the collar. And she would shake her head and just walk off like, oh, that nigga's crazy. Right? But Isaac, he loved Esau. I was there, Jake, Yahweh had a heart for him, man. He's fucked up. Look at him all fucked up and shit. He can't cook. You know what I'm saying? He's my firstborn, even though he knew, even though it was the blessing was gonna go to Jacob. That's my firstborn. I love this little nigga. You know what I'm saying? But Rebecca's like, no, nigga. Hey, put that shit on. He even argued with her. Ma, if I do this, I'm gonna be in trouble. You know what I mean? It's like, look, it's gonna be on me, not you. Hey, do what I said do. Come on, Mom. Come on, Alma. And he did it. She made the food for him real quick. She knew how Isaac like his. That's her man. Now, you think you know fuck you know what he like to eat? How he like to eat? He like to eat it because I made it for him. And I taught y'all how to make it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was like, oh, it was going to be missing some flavor because the way Esau, no. The way she made it is the way Esau made it because she taught him how to make food. Hey, this is how you make this shit. Come in. Bam, 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 bam. Your father, he loves it this way. And Isaac loved Esau because he loved his venison. I love the way he cooks them. So he goes there, Jacob go in there, she make the food. He had to go get the animal so she could kill it. The little baby goat. She made the food up, shook it up for him. He brought it back quicker than Esau normally get back. You know, it took a while for that nigga to go get anything. And the Lord had this nigga Esau in the woods looking. He just knew it was about to be on. Oh, I'm about to get my blessing. I don't even know it. I sold my birthright, but fuck that shit. I'm gonna get that back anyway because I got the blessing coming to me. So this nigga's in the woods. He looking, he waiting, tired, dirty, stinking. He loves to stink. He don't care. But he's out there looking, and then he finally finds something, but it's too damn late.
You know how Esau be doing the hunting shows and shit? He probably was like, put some extra fish on.
Oh, yeah.
They could come.
Put some extra fish on me. They're like, eating that shit all on him and shit. Jacob ain't want to put that shit on him. That shit stink, man. And then Esau, but see, it was because Jake's eyes were, Isaac's eyes were getting dim. So he pretty much was blind. But he had good hearing and good smell. He's like, this sounds like Jacob. But he smelled like Esau. I know Jacob ain't gonna put that shit on. Jacob don't even like that shit. So it gotta be Esau. And you know when you live amongst your house with your brethren, y'all kind of sound like you got the same afflictions and wood, but you can still tell the difference. So anyway, long story short, Jay cooked that shit up for him and shit. He put the hair all on it and shit. He was smelling like Esau. And I know Jay couldn't wait to get that shit off. But he was smelling like him and shit. He gave him the blessing. And that was the controversy of the Lord. All of that, the whole thing with Esau selling his birthright and Jacob imitating Esau and dressed and whatnot, that was all the controversy of the Lord. Esau mad at that. You still mad at Jacob, but they tell you, don't be mad at the messenger, be mad at the message or the one that sent it. Esau know he can't do nothing against Yahweh Shai, so what do? He take all that ancient hatred out on us.
He's just the biggest sword loser, man.
Yeah, man.
Big piece have been, well,
and these nations, man, they look at us like we ain't supposed to be out here speaking. They look at us, they look down on us, they frown their fucking face up. Well, it's really the spirit on them and the spirit on us that they see. But these nations, they get out here, they don't know nothing. You out here playing sports, getting dirty. You don't even know you about to die. You don't know America. It's like I was watching Terminator Judgment Day Part 2. It wasn't a real good movie, but it had some good spiritual spots in it. It was basically she was yelling and screaming, telling these niggas like, y'all about to die. You about to die, y'all about to die. And it was like, the Edomite doctor was so proud against her and shit. He didn't want to believe nothing she was saying. Then the Terminator actually showed the fuck up in the hospital. It was a different one. The motherfucker could manipulate shit and turn into people and shit right in front of him. Yeah, broke his hand and shit.
It's the one with the Olympic.
Yeah, that one. And then, like the whole time she was telling the truth. Even her son, the little nigga that played John Connor, his acting was terrible. I don't even know how that nigga got the role. But the point of the dialogue in it was trash. And the nigga like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't believe you, mom. Nigga, she told you. What the fuck you think the bitch was doing? She just start bugging out, and it do sound like somebody crazy. Machines and shit, time travel and shit. You know? But the point of the matter, and then guess what year they were in when the Terminator destroyed the world? AI destroyed the world. 2029. Shit, we got 3 years from that. 2029, it was like even in Esau, one of the bros said, even in Esau's movies, Esau don't make it past 2030. 2030 is a pivotal year for Esau Edom in their system. They want to get this whole thing off the ground by 2030. That's what they got the agenda, the 2030 agenda. Go ahead, bro.
Romans 9:9 says, "For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son." And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Yeah, right, and they can't understand that. But the banking elite, they understand it. They see the prophets, from the apostles, the bishop elders, the brothers on down, standing out here doing the work of great miracles, doing this work and truth and sincerity. They can't be bought off, and they're scared, man. They're scared. They're extremely scared. This is why they hide it, because they know the Son of the Most High is coming back. Oh, they're out here doing this. He got to be on his way. And now it's more of an uptick. It's way bigger than it was in the 90s. It's way bigger than it was in the 60s. This thing is worldwide now. Back then, all they had to worry about, it was localized. All they had to worry about was One West. It was in New York City, Harlem. Right? Buy a couple people off, a couple weak niggas off, put a couple weak ass niggas in, make them a new leadership, and change, and they'll change the doctrine. And it didn't spread. That false doctrine didn't spread. Not to the men of the Lord. The truth was there. They tried to buy it off when the high priest Yaquat was in it. He refused. He was like, hell no. Certain men, they got weak under the dollar, and they got bought off. But they don't matter. It was supposed to happen. All that was part of the controversy of Yahweh Shai. Right? And that's all it was, because we're going to get to this point. And now we here. And the true men of the Lord can't be bought. Won't be bought. We're not going to tell you a lie. We're going to fear Yahweh Shai and tell you the truth, even if it costs us our lives.
And now more than ever, man, we see it. There was a time where I remember before I came into the True Life, I heard of the MOTP. I used to tell people like, yo, they're gonna put a chip in us. They're gonna try to put a chip in us. But it was too far out. The technology, the infrastructure wasn't out. We just had to push it out like that. But now that shit is like right in your fucking face. So we know he's about to push it out. Yeah, man.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, even so-called average people are noticing. You got rappers, you got people in the podcast industry and shit talking about the RFID chip, man. Talking about, damn, you think this might be the mark of the beast that's spoken of in the Bible? And why do you think that's so? One, because the Lord raised up the prophets so that people could be warned, and two is because it's truly in your face, man. Jake don't talk about these type of things unless it's in their fucking face. Like, point blank period, man. So now we're seeing ESO making that big push towards that digital system, which is gonna come along with that digital ore, man, which is that RFID chip.
Right.
Real quick, the book of Romans 13 and verse 11, it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So, Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Exactly. So we're at the point now where it's clear, it's evident. Our salvation is we're more close to our salvation than we were 1,000 years, 2,000 years ago. Like, that's how close we are, and it's evident. Now it's time to wake up out of sleep. This ain't the time to be sleeping. Everything is there. The technology is here. The beast system is being set up. The RFID microchip is here. All these things are here. All they're waiting for is the right cataclysm or event or events to initiate it. They did a soft run in 2020 where they made everybody get that juice. You had Fauci lying ass. He was in front of they already gave that nigga a pardon anyway. I believe it was Biden gave him a pardon. If it wasn't Biden, it could have been Trump. After his first office, right? And they got you people out here. All he can do is say, "I plead the fifth," because he's not in the judicial court. He was in a public road, and he did what he was supposed to do, even though it was a lie. Because now everybody's talking about the juice. Getting that juice wasn't worth it, and you had people protesting it naturally, and it made them people look like they were crazy. Like the dude, Kyrie Irving, supposedly he was protesting the juice. Stephen A. Smith was talking shit about this dude. Now Stephen A. Smith apologizing to this guy, give him an empty apology. I'm sorry, Kyrie, you were right. We shouldn't have got on you. Now, why? Because and then a lot of people, a lot of average people were enticed to take that juice by your celebrities who didn't even take it. They weren't taking that shit. They were taking, like the nigga Fauci. They had him on TV talking about he took it in his left arm, but then when he was up on stage, he pointed at his right arm, and that wasn't even where you got it at. You know what I'm saying? Because it was all a lie. He sit there lying. It's smart. This is the same nigga that invented. Well, he invented, but this is the same nigga that pushed AIDS in the 80s. He the one that pushed the AIDS scare in the 80s. Had everybody scared as shit. It was a gay disease, and then was like started to leak out into this heterosexual community, and people were scared to drink water. People scared to handshake a person with AIDS and shit. Right? That was a health crisis. They had this nigga in the office preaching that health crisis shit. And y'all forgot about that. Then they bring the nigga right back. And here it is. The 19 had the whole world on fucking lockdown. Had y'all thinking that it was some mythical disease. Why ain't killing people at the rate it was before? Oh, because so many people got the juice that we're good now. So now you can you can't even call out of work with COVID no more. Back in the day, it was a get out of work free card, man. I got the
Don't come for 2 weeks.
I got the DVOT. You ain't got to come in for 2 weeks. I got the DVOT. So I can't come in. Doctor said I got Dovic. So when everybody got the Dovic and shit, Now people can stay home. You had to work from home and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why shit was crazy, bruh. But the Wadi Yahweh shot, we didn't take the juice. Me and this brother, the Lord had us covered that year. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And we was out there. We was out there doing the work. It was nothing, brother. It was everything. Remember everything was boarded up, empty. All the luxury stores boarded up. And it showed you how in one day things could change like that. One day. In 1 week we was down there, was hundreds of thousands of people down there. Lights was on, everything was on. But then as soon as the shit happened, it was wood. It was like that. It looked like they went out of business, bro. Yeah. And for a year they did.
Yeah, no cars, nothing.
There was nothing down there. No traffic. We was getting to work. I mean, we was getting down there doing the work. Well, it is our work. We was getting down there with no problem. We was flying down there, bro. And even when we couldn't go out because we was locked down, we would meet up in the crib and do the work. We said it was a lot of at-home lessons going out, but it was going out. And Yahweh Shah kept us. Brothers kept their jobs. Brothers kept their sanity. We ate. None of us went hungry that year. People are losing their fucking minds in those houses, man. Oh, you said you don't got the thing? Ah!
Nah, I have it in my truck. Check real quick. Maybe we could prompt this up over there by the dashboard. Like right behind the thing and put like a... Yeah, Jake?
Yeah. Jake is Jake has nothing but ingenuity, man. Lots of ingenuity, bro. Hell out of here. Come on, man. That bullshit. Come on, man. Come on, man. Trying to get us. Oh, shit. Get us a strike and shit. It's gonna be through. You got it, bro.
And I had the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry."
We're going into, man, we're coming into the times of the end. Of the end of the end, right? You know, we have prophecy of being unfolded right in front of our eyes, man. And we literally just waiting with the Lord, you know, to let Esau push forth his agenda. That's all we waiting for, man, because we literally know that Esau's coming. So we just preparing spiritually, man. We warning the people. You know, you mentioned that woman in the Terminator. We are those people warning, you know, the nation of Israel, like, look, the Lord's coming with judgment, and he's going to use Esau, man. People like to think that the Lord, that the Lord judges only through spiritual beings. Like, nah, man. People like to blame everything on Satan. Or Satan. It had to be Satan on. Like, nah, man. Esau, obviously.
Work in the minds of Esau, but the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan and the demons is who? Esau, man. He's going to be doing the killing. Right? He's going to be, you know, sending the pestilence and all that in part. Right? We mentioning the vid, that was Yahweh Shema Washai working through who? Through Esau.
Yep.
These wars, that's Yahweh Shema Washai working through Esau, man.
Yeah.
So we about to see a great judgment that's gonna come by Yahweh Shema Washai through the hand of Esau, man. That the Third World War, those nuclear missiles, the Lord is using these Edomites to create those weapons, to create the war, the so-called war amongst nations, and they're gonna use it, man. And that's gonna be the judgment of the Lord.
Because ultimately it's the Lord's will.
Yeah.
Everybody getting mad, upset at the Lord's will. This is what he wants. His word does not go out void. There's another scripture that says, every day doth the Most High's judgment go forth, man. Every day. One of you brothers can put that on the comment board. Okay, so this is the will of the Lord, and people are against it.
It's like you have people, you know, you pray and you say, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's part of the Lord's will, man. To destroy this heathenistic kingdom, man. To destroy the wicked of his people and to punish these nations. That's part of the Lord's will.
Yep.
But Christians, Catholics, even some jakes that call themselves Israelites, you don't want that to happen. So you really don't want the Lord's will to be done. You want your will to be done.
Yeah.
With a twist of scriptures in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Lord choosing his people. That's his will. But this world teaches you that the one you ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ loves everybody. Like it's all love. You hear these songs. He's all good, but he don't do evil. Oh, he's all light, but he don't create darkness.
That's right.
Oh, he's all righteous, but he don't create wickedness. That's because you people don't know the Most High. You don't know Yahweh or his son Yahweh Shai. Right? You Christians, you believe that the Most High is Jesus Christ. He's God in the flesh. That ain't in the scriptures.
No.
It says the word was made flesh. Because Yahweh Shai is the word of the Most High. Right?
That's right.
But the whole time Yahweh Shai, all through the narrative of the New Testament, what you call the New Testament, he's giving praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, to the Father. My Father which is in heaven. My Father, my Father, my Father, my Father. But yet you Christians somehow, some way, you morph that into Yahweh Shai is God. He is a power. He is a God. He is a power. We're gods. But we ain't the Most High. He ain't the Most High. But he is the son of Yahweh, of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He's the son.
That's right.
He has his order. Right? You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 55:11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. That's right, man. So once Yahweh Shema Shai has spoken something, it's going to happen, man. The Lord is not a man that just says something and you know, they forget about it, or oh, they got something else to do. No, man. If the Lord says something's gonna happen, it's gonna come to pass no matter what people think. And prophecies from the Old Testament have not come to pass, like the destruction of the Edomites.
Yeah,
right?
some prophecies have, but not what the brother talking about. That didn't happen. Right? The Edomites are still here.
That's right.
The destruction of Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great still here.
That's right. The punishment of Esau and the nations by the hand of his people Israel, that's still to come, man. But people, they read the New Testament and it's like, oh no, it's just love for everybody. Like, no, man.
That's right. That's right. The Most High judgment, his words don't go out void. If he says it's going to do something, it's going to do that. Regardless of how you interpret it or how you feel about it. Oh, that ain't right, man. What you mean he gonna kill 2/3 of his own people? So what? Niggas die every day, B. And you don't trip about that. Because Jake gonna start dying in mass, now that's a problem. Now that's an issue, and then we tell you who's doing it. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You get mad, you get upset. You got people amongst Israel who claim to be leaders. Oh, these what they call us? They call us fake Israelite groups who had no mercy against their own people. You want all Jake because you want more money. That's why ISUPK is on that campaign. Is all Israelite groups got to come under the command of Commanding General Yohana, the same nigga that told us to take the vax. He said, with all that vax shit, man, fuck all that shit, man. Take the vax, man. Just take it. Some shit that's killing people, bro. This nigga would tell me to take it. Oh, and all that bullshit about the vax, they do it. No, nigga, you do it, nigga. You take your fat ass down there and you get that shit, nigga. I ain't getting that shit.
That's right.
Oh, the white man, all of a sudden now, the so-called white man care about us now? I don't know if you said it out here, but somebody was saying about how, like, basically, I don't know, I'll be watching so many videos, brother, so it kind of all runs together. But there was a time in this country where they were saying, I don't think it was you that said it, but they were saying basically that the people that's most vulnerable to the juice, to the DVOC, was so-called black Native American people. You could throw Latinos in there too. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates said that shit. Yeah. Right? Why we need to get the most vulnerable people in America first to get it. Why are you so hyped up? You got all that fucking money. You ain't worried about the most vulnerable people in America getting that bread. But you worried about the most vulnerable people getting that juice. And then you want to throw nurses in there and shit. Oh, nurses and blacks and Native American people. They need to get it because it was so bad that white people were getting upset that they wasn't getting the juice first. They were arguing with people, fighting with people in the street. No, we deserve it, nigga. And you got the other Edomites, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. That's for them.
It's a trap.
It's a trap, nigga. No, fuck that. I'm white. I deserve it too. Give us vax. Give us vax. Damn, that's how crazy it was. The whole time it was a setup to destroy Jake. Mainly Jake.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the most vulnerable people, because we don't got access to proper health care and won't have access to high level this and high level that. Now all of a sudden, this man, America's shutting down, and we gotta save these Negroes. We gotta save these Latinos. You don't even talk about GAD like that, bruh.
For real.
Now all of a sudden, we gotta save these Native Americans. You got it, bro.
And it's crazy. I remember there was this show.
Utopia.
Utopia, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was happening. When was the vid?
2020. That joke came out 2020. That's why every time we watched it, they had to put the
disclaimer
on it. This had nothing to do about what's currently happening. It was a technocrat that wanted to juice everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wanted to kill people. And the juice in the show was sterilizing people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's great. And then it was the kids. The kids were being sick. It was a disease that was killing kids. Yeah, and the parents were like, "Oh, give us that. Give us that." Yeah, and the show was good as shit. But they didn't come out with a season two because they already knew what time it was. The show was really good, bro. That shit was a good ass show. And then because the prophets was applying it. Oh, y'all see that show Utopia, brother? Oh man, it's all up in that shit. Don't take that shit. You know?
For real, man.
Then you actually had people dropping dead, and nobody from Great Millstone died from that shit. Because nobody from Great Millstone took that shit, bro. The water Yahweh was shy. You hear stories about Nate, his people, 20, 30 plus people dropping dead. All kinds of shit. Supposedly.
Putting your trust in Esau, man, instead of Yahweh Shema was shy.
And when he had a woman come to him and tell him, should she do it, should she not do it, he encouraged her to do it. I'm asking the internet a question. During the COVID, who were the most vulnerable people to get COVID? Ethnically. It says, listen to it, read this, bro.
It says, during the COVID-19 pandemic, racial and ethnic minority groups, specifically Black or African American, Hispanic or Latino, and American Indian or Alaskan Native communities, experienced a disproportionately higher risk of infection hospitalization, and death.
Jake's Israelites. All of them are Israelites.
Or they should have just put the
You
Israelites.
should just put the Israelites. You didn't put Japhet on there. You ain't see Micronesian, Melanesian, Pacific Isles. You ain't see Arab, Ishmaelites. You ain't see
Indian.
Hamites, East Indian, Elamites.
Shit, with all the filth going on in India and shit, them motherfuckers should have been dying by the billions.
Yeah, they should have been
bro.
the first motherfuckers that died, man. The way they eat cow shit and play in rat feces. They should have been the first people to die. Rats give pass the bubonic plague.
For real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But them motherfuckers, they was living. I guess they got a high intolerance to shit in their veins, so they just literal shit, so they can survive that. No, man, this shit was contrived to destroy our people, to destroy the Lord's people.
That's right.
Public health experts emphasize that these disparities were driven by systemic, social, and economic. So people are vulnerable to get a disease because they ain't got enough money, economic, and health inequities, rather than genetic and biological vulnerability. Nah, nigga, that shit was set up to kill Jake, and it did. Y'all even had fake people dying. You had to remember the body bags they had spread out on the ground outside.
Yeah,
then you see
people
niggas moving, sitting up and shit. Like, nigga, lay down. What you doing? It's part of this show. How you thinking that morgues across the country was so inundated with dead bodies that they had to put people in fucking trucks outside, and then the truck refrigeration system will break down. Get the fuck out of here, man. Why that shit didn't happen to Edomites? Why wasn't white people on the top of that list? So-called white people on the top of that list? Because they ain't the Israelites.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking bullshit, bro. What is it? Black African Americans, Israelites from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, Hispanics, Ephraim, Hispanic or Latino, and American Indians, Gad, and Alaska Native community, Gad. Nothing but Israelites, bro. This shit was designed to strike and to destroy Israelites. And like I was watching a video with Elder it might have been Elder Zakar. I was watching a video early this morning. Elder Zakar did a video. Elder Zakar from the main camp, he was doing a video and he was going into some of these topics. He was talking about how we persevered through all this shit.
Yeah.
We as a nation of people, if what happened to us, give me Daniel 9:12. If this would have happened, if what happened to us would have happened to any other nation, that other nation would have been wiped the fuck out. But Yahweh Shai had us persevere and survive through it. You know what I'm saying? Had us endure to that. Had us endure through it. I mean, we went through chattel slavery. We went through the colonization of the Americas. Like, they damn near genocided Jake out in North America, bro. And we still here. I'm still here. We still here. Because the Lord, you can never get rid of us, man. We always gonna be here. We were here before you were here, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau came out of us. We didn't come out of Esau. Okay? We are the Lord's people. We're meant to be here. But you treat us like we're not supposed to be here. Here it is. You Edomites, you got a limited time on the earth. You don't want us on death row. You don't want us to vagabond and a fugitive in the earth. And you don't even know what you're running from. We know. You're running from judgment, from Yahweh Shai.
Right.
But he's about to corner your red ass and destroy you, man. You got it, bro.
This is Daniel 9:12. It says, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as had been done upon Jerusalem.
Right. So the other nations, they ain't been through what we've been through. They ain't going through what we going through. They ain't almost, even when Esau was a no people in the Middle Ages, we didn't try to take him off the earth. We just chased that nigga into the fucking wilderness, man. And that's where he's supposed to stay at. And every so often he would creep out of that shit. He'd get locked up, doing some wickedness. You know what I mean? They put the nigga through the Negro court system. And no one ever asked the question, why did Esau have such a visceral hatred for the tribes, man, when he came out of that fucking isolation during the Middle Ages? I mean, after the Middle Ages. Why, during the, what do you call it? The Renaissance period. Why'd he go so hard on Jake, bro? He didn't do that shit to Moab. He didn't enslave Moab. He didn't enslave Japheth. Whenever he encountered them, he might have took their land over or influenced them with Jesus, the white Jesus, but he didn't enslave them. He didn't put them on slave ships, cargo slave ships, and sell their bodies as capital. He didn't do none of that shit, bruh. He didn't do that shit to the East Indians, man. He was supposedly, Columbus was looking for a quicker route to East India. Nigga, you could have just went backwards, nigga. It was easier to get over there quicker than go all the way around. He wasn't looking for no motherfucking trade routes to East India. He ain't give a fuck about that. He knew where the fuck he was going, bruh. He wanted to get where the Northern Kingdom was at, man. A land that never mankind dwelt at. And when they found it was rich and everything that the Lord created, oh, they lost their fucking minds, man. Bodies, he's like, these people are so fucking stupid. One dude try to grab the sword, man. As if he had never saw a sword before and cut himself. He said he can kill so many people that he couldn't put his sword down for an hour, man. That's how much killing, raping, and pillaging he was doing, bruh. I mean, he was doing some shit so bad that even some of his own people looked like, nigga, you fucking crazy. That bloodlust, that Edomite bloodlust came up, man.
For real.
Again, none of that shit happened to these other nations, man. You got us, Quan.
Even after, they brought the Southern Kingdom to serve chattel slavery here, man. Yeah. And that was for hundreds of years, man. Just visceral hate towards the Lord's people.
Yeah.
Doing things that unnecessary shit, bro. It's like you already have these people as subjects, completely defeated, and Esau was still doing crazy shit, man. That whole buck breaking process, that shit was just some wild shit. Like, what the fuck? Who does that shit, bro? But Esau, in his warped, corrupted mind, man, it brought him pleasure, man. And hey, the Lord's gonna fucking make you pay for all that shit, man. All that the elders from Dallas were talking about, eugenics and shit.
Oh, you watching it yesterday too?
Yeah,
that was heavy.
And Esau, man, he did that shit in wickedness, man. And before they had all this high tech and shit, what was they doing? They was fucking Jake up, man. Oh, let's see what's inside of them.
Yeah.
Boom, cutting Jake open. How do you think the whole surgical and medical industry came about? Experimenting on Edomites? Hell no, bro. No. Experimenting on Jake.
Yeah.
That's how today, even in that, bro, in our suffering, you fucking heathens benefit, because who gets the first choice in all the surgeries and transplants and shit? The fucking people that got money, man. Yep. And it ain't Jake. It's you fucking Edomites, you Moabites. Yep. All these fucking nations are out here benefiting from our suffering.
Well, who's the doctors? Fucking Elamites, man. Yeah. It's Edomites. Hey, who is the number one ethnic doctors in America? Or what ethnicity has the most doctors in America? Or ethnic group? What ethnic group has the most doctors in America? What ethnic group has the most doctors in America? And it ain't gonna be Negroes. It ain't gonna be Latinos. It ain't gonna be Native Americans. I have an idea who it is, but we're gonna see.
It says, white physicians make up the largest ethnic and racial group of doctors in the United States.
Edomites.
Followed by Asians and Hispanic groups. Yep, Asians by 17 to 19%. And then Latinos 6 to 9. Black African Americans 5%.
I thought they were going to say Elamites, East Indians.
Yeah,
they might, so they might put them in there with Asians.
Yeah.
Because they might just add them. Where does East Indians rank as doctors in America? The point of the matter is that we're the test dummies. They use us to test dummies for everything. One, because we are superior in body to these other nations, man, especially the nation of Edom. So a lot of their system is geared to destroy the Lord's people.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
So it says East Indians represent the largest subgroup within the Asian physician category.
So again, Asians.
Yeah.
Asians, because every time you go to the doctor, it's fucking Dr. Cooley. He's up there and shit.
Sing.
Moving his fucking head. Dr. Cooley and Dr. Singh. All of this shit. Okay, so what's what I'm gonna do today? Here it is, nigga. You come from a nation of people that eat shit for a living. for fun, nigga. And you over here now, you my fucking doctor.
For real, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, bro. I can't understand a word you said past Durka.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you my fucking doctor. Fuck out of here, man.
It says making them one of the most prominent individual ethnicities in the entire U.S. medical workforce, while broader demographics data track them under the Asian category, which ranks second overall. Specific tracking reveals their dominant footprint. So even more than what you would call Chinese or Japanese is the East Indian. And that, bro, when I had one of my seeds and I told them that I wasn't gonna, you know, give him the juices and shit, that bitch got extra mad at me, bro. And she was like, yo, you can't be in my doctor's office and shit. And I'm like, that's my choice if I want to or not. Like, where the fuck you, man? They probably getting mad bread from, you know, I don't know how the deal goes, but Issa probably tell them, like, look, get these many juices out here to these communities, and we'll give you extra cash, man.
And these doctors don't give a fuck about us in their community.
Hell no.
They're in our communities, but they don't care about serving us. They're not here to better our community and keep us living healthy, long lives, man. They could care less, man. They give you that poison and they go back and they lie and they talk down about you, man. They go back to their plush houses because it's taught, and they're the reason why they have high levels of doctors is because that's one of the professions that they look as a noble profession. When I say noble, not in the sense of doing good, but it's a profession that gets you standings in America. I'm a doctor, Dr. Sing along, ding along. Them type motherfuckers. You hear the title doctor, oh, that's something. Oh, my child is a doctor. So it's expected to either be a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah. If not a lawyer, a doctor. Or some type of engineer. Least, that's like the third or fourth. It's like you go to MIT. Yeah. My son Ding Along Sing, he went to MIT. But they push that doctor bullshit. Even amongst Judah, a lot of the so-called black American doctors, they're from West Africa. They ain't from America, or they come from West African heritage, man. It ain't dashiki on the corner. It ain't Pookie and Ray Ray. You know what I'm saying? And even then, Jake make a minority of the medical physicians in America. And all these physicians are no value. What are they giving you? Petroleum medicine? Right? What are they giving you? Poison? To stave off one ailment, they give you another ailment? You know?
That's right, man. And none of the nations, you know, went to, you know, to our rescue. Right?
Nah, they don't give a fuck about us.
The scriptures say, who came and said, how doest thou?
You want me to get it?
Yeah. Because because they benefited off of it, man. Like, we're going into, you know, all these nations benefit from our suffering, from all the judgment that was placed upon us. These nations benefited greatly from it, and whether directly or indirectly.
Yeah, and then you want these people to be saved. You want us to believe that these same people that destroy Yahweh Shai's people, he has love for. He wants to save them. He wants to give them immortality. Get the fuck out of here, man. Jeremiah 15:5. Who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest? Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai. Thou art going backwards. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee, and I am weary with repenting.
That's right. And the Lord punished us for, you know, our evil doings. And he did it through what? Through the hands of these nations. And again, none of them came and, you know, put a hand in front of the other nations and said, yo, don't do this. This is, how do they call it? Unhumane.
Yeah,
or none of that shit, bro. But now that we talk about the revenge that the Lord is going to, you know, put upon these nations, now it's time for love. Now everybody wants to talk about forgiveness and being a good human and shit. Like, that shit wasn't that long ago, bro. When Esau so-called, you know, freed slaves and stopped doing that, the crazy chattel, that shit was like 2-3 generations ago, man. And it wasn't that long ago.
And on top of that, it's still going on in the prison system.
Yeah.
And that shit is really inhumane, bro.
Hell,
The way
fucking
Jake living in them fucking prisons in America, bro. That shit wouldn't. A lot of Jakes say they wouldn't put that on their worst enemy, bro.
fucking in South America too, bro. They
Oh,
got
man.
them motherfuckers is wild out
Yeah,
there.
that
bruh.
shit. They all. Well, they run the prisons.
Yeah.
They packed up in them motherfuckers like 1,000 people in one room, bro. And Jake over there pressing one another in there. Shit is crazy, bruh. But in America, it is inhumane.
Yeah.
They'll have a motherfucker in solitary confinement for 40 years, bruh. He ain't seen another person in 40 years.
Yeah.
Right? Or they'll have you eating food that ain't food. They have straight up shit, and they call it food, man. Or they feeding you Zuzus and Wham Whams, a bunch of snack items and shit. And chips, fucking chips and goddamn sausages and tuna packets and what's it, noodles and shit. And Jake, you know, Jake turned sugar into shit. Literally. I mean, shit into sugar. The motherfucker where they got the wine, the jailhouse wine and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas start learning how to ferment. That's what they do, fermenting shit.
Yeah.
You know, so that place is hell, man.
Right.
Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
That's right, man. So just how we had to, as the scriptures say, drink of the cup, you nations are gonna drink of the Lord's anger of that cup, man. And just how he used you nations to punish us, he's gonna use Israel to punish the heathens, man. We always say those 1,000 years is gonna be for two purposes, man. One is for therapy for us, and second is to whip these nations into righteousness, man. They're not just gonna turn the leaf and say, "Oh yeah, now we're righteous." Like, nah.
Well, they're never gonna be righteous.
Yeah,
but
they're gonna follow after righteousness.
Yeah, they're not gonna turn the leaf and say, "You know what? We're gonna follow what you do with no problem." Nah, man. We're gonna have to beat it in them.
That's right.
Real quick, this is Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
That's right. And again, there can only be one throne, and that throne belongs to who? To Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And he's gonna come and wage war upon these nations through his people Israel. We are those weapons and battle axes of war.
Yeah.
When the Lord come back and transform his people, man, he's gonna use us. The scriptures say that he will use the creature for his vengeance, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna come down and get dirty. Like, the fuck you think this is, bro? He's the son of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get dirty.
He ain't got
He's
to.
gonna just telepathically tell us, like,
Go
you got
get
it, Akim.
And that's what we're here for. And that's what we're here for, man.
That's right.
Right? Well, we're here to serve, man. And the Lord is going to turn us from fisher to hunters, man.
That's right.
And we going to hunt. We're going to hunt.
As the scriptures say, to execute vengeance upon the nobles.
Yeah.
This honor have
all
the saints, man. Praise ye Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So
right.
how do you think we're gonna perform that job if we're given that duty, man? Come on now.
In verse 20 in the NLT, it says, Babylon's great punishment. You are my battle axe and sword, says Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. With you will I shatter nations and destroy many kingdoms. With you will I shatter armies, destroying the horses and rider, the chariot and the charioteer. With you I will shatter men and women, old people and children, young men and young women. With you will I shatter shepherds and flocks, farmers and oxen, captains and officers. I will repay Babylon and the people of Babylonia for all the wrong they have done to my people in Jerusalem, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. So when they get those new bodies, man, and we're changed into extraterrestrial supermen and women, but mainly the men, because it's gonna be us, Lord, when we part of the elect, the men carrying out this task, man.
That's right.
Right? We're gonna destroy you nations, man. You had Vocab Malone said something about the baby, the sign we have with the baby got a chain on his neck. He said, the baby, look, the baby has a chain on his neck. What did the baby do? He said, I can't even get my kids to clean up their rooms. And you want to put a baby in slavery? But when it happened to us, no one ever thought nothing about that. You didn't have a question about it. And don't bring up that abolitionist movement bullshit, because that was set up by the elite too, to get you to move, to get the system to move from chattel slavery to wage slavery, man. Them abolitionists didn't believe that we were equal to them Edomites. Them abolitionists didn't believe that Jake should have their own rights to their land and reparations and all that. They didn't believe none of that shit. So don't kick that shit. Right. These Edomites, they didn't give a fuck about us. The other nations, they didn't care. You think the other nations were so blind and stupid that they didn't see us getting carted off in chattel slavery from the east to the west during the Arab slave trade? We ain't forgot about that. We might not talk about it much, but Yahweh Shema Shai, remember what you Israelites did to our people too. And that ass is ours too. We're gonna fuck y'all up too. We're gonna kick the camel piss out of your chest, nigga.
That's right.
When we get that power, man. We're gonna be the battle axe and weapons of warfare, bro. Y'all worried about a gun. Like Elder Apostle Gabar would say, you stupid humans and your stupid gun, your silly guns. Fuck a gun. What you need a gun for when you got spiritual powers?
That's right.
And what you need a gun for when you can live forever? You immortal. A gun can't do nothing to you. And that's Esau's apex weapon. All of them are projectiles. When you look at a weapon, a missile, that's nothing but a bullet. It's a big ass fucking arrow just getting shot, a metal arrow just shot through the sky. You see a bullet, that's a small arrow. That's all it is. It's a projectile with a casing on it behind it. Nigga, what the fuck that's gonna do to spiritual powers, man? You show it in your movies all the time. Right? Every time you show a superhero movie, it's always an Edomite. And you don't want to put Jake in that role because, one, we make it look good. That's what that whole Black Panther was all about. Jake may have, they limit his powers to technology, nigga.
Right.
How about give that man some spiritual powers and really get busy? Like my man Spawn. You ever seen the movie Spawn?
Nah.
You gotta watch that shit. It's an old joint in like early 2000s called Spawn, man. And that nigga Michael Jai White, he played Spawn. And when Spawn got those powers from Satan, he was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? He could do all kinds of shit. Yeah, that's the movie right there. That shit was good too. John Leguizamo was in that movie too. It's real good. Came out in the 90s, 97. Yeah. Todd McFarlane, he created Spawn, a black anti-superhero, bruh. And he was fucking people up, man. And then like he had died and made a deal with Satan to basically be his number one man to lead his army. But when he went back to the earth, he was in a white man's body and shit. He hated that shit because he was trying to get back to his wife Wanda and shit, and his daughter. It's a good movie. It's a great comic book, and it's a good movie. But in the movie, he was like, hell yeah, he got that spiritual power, man. That's how we gonna be, man.
That's right.
You show it on TV all the time. Men flying in the air, impenetrable. But we ain't gonna have no kryptonite. Our kryptonite was sin and iniquity. And you use that. That's what we live. We live in a big world of kryptonite. That's right. That's why Jake is so weak and fucked up. Because sin and iniquity in this flesh, this body, it loves sin. The flesh that we're in, this shit loves to appease itself. You ever do some shit in the flesh, and then in the spirit, you like, why the fuck did I do that? It don't make no sense because the flesh wanted it. Well, the Lord's going to alleviate us of that and change our bodies into a righteous body where our righteous spirit could be housed in, and we're going to do nothing but righteousness. The only thing we ain't going to be able to do is sin. And there's no reward in sinning except death. So, shit, I'm glad. That's the only thing we ain't going to be able to do is sin. He ain't going to be able to make Jake go off. He ain't going to be able to influence Jake to eat pork through the fucking McRib. Some nigga faking act like he eating a McRib on a McDonald's commercial. You know what I'm saying? I did a video on that shit, man. You had Jake acting like he took a bite out. He like no nigga chew like that. That nigga even had that shit in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But Jake see that shit. Ooh, that's a McRib. That shit look good. So niggas running down to McDonald's to get the fucking McRib.
Limited time.
It's always limited time. That's how they sell that shit off, man. That shit is I worked at McDonald's when they were selling that McRib shit. That shit came in a box, and that ain't no fucking rib. It's just pork, some trash that they pasted together to look like a rib. You know what I'm saying? And had Jake going off. That's enticement.
Yeah. Giving that neighbor a drink. So
Yeah.
you can see that nakedness.
Yeah. And so the Lord won't deal with us.
Yeah.
We constantly committing sin and iniquity. We lying, we stealing, we killing, we committing adultery, we coveting, right? We worshiping idols, especially we worshiping idols. They like, look, the Lord ain't gonna deal with them. They're Christians. They're fucking Muslims. Look at them people. They're Satanists. Look, they're witches and warlocks. Hey, we got these niggas right where we want them at. Keep it going. Keep it going. Make another show about wickedness. Make another show about drug dealing. Make another show about murdering and adultery. That's the only movie they show about, nigga. Every movie they got a matrimony. The bitch, she killing a man because he like another bitch. The fuck?
For real.
But when you watch the Edomite movies, they're all deep. This nigga's a super technological genius and shit. The nigga, he's making the earth split open. All kinds of shit. He got superpowers.
For real, man.
Jake shit limited to shit on the earth. Making somebody laugh. Think like a man. I mean, think like a woman. Act like a man. Think like a woman. And some shit like that. Right? Medea. A man dressed as a woman. A homosexual man dressed as a woman. All that shit is sin and iniquity. But that nigga became a billionaire by cross-dressing, man. And he loves that shit. He's clearly a sodomite. But they bump that nigga up in society. Like he's somebody to be praised, man. Right? They put Martin in a fucking dress. But everybody was in a fucking dress. Al Green, man. The nigga that had the grits thrown on him, he was a singer. They had this nigga on Soul Train with fucking fishnet stockings on and a fucking pocketbook and some leather shorts. And I remember the one, if you watch it and shit, old girl in the crowd that was dancing, she just looking at this like, what the fuck this nigga got on? And this is the 70s, bruh. Yeah, that's the nigga Al Green, right? Show the picture to the Al Green. Hold on, I'm gonna show you the nigga Al Greens. That nigga Al Greens, man. Hold on. All you gotta do is go to YouTube and go to Al Green on Soul Train. Here it is, right here. The nigga said he was singing a song called "I'm So Tired of Being Alone." I'm gonna skip it. Look what the nigga got on, bro. Hold on, bro. Look at this shit. They do a close up of the nigga.
Yeah, now you got all these celebrities, the athletes and shit. I seen a picture of, well, I don't know if it was true because now with AI, but The Rock with a fucking skirt and shit. Well, now that shit is all in so-called fashion, bro. Mm-hmm. And it's like everything that Esau has created. Damn.
Look, this is in the 70s, bro. Salaki. This is in the 70s, right? Al Green. He got pleather shorts on, a see-through shirt with a gold chain on, a pimp hat, and he dressed like a tranny. And old girl was looking at this nigga, what the fuck this nigga got on, bro? Like, niggas was wearing that in the 70s, bro? And he's dancing into a song, I'm So Tired of Being Alone. Look at this nigga, man. Through, bro. Look, through.
Damn.
They dressed like a female. Yeah. But that's Jake. They get Jake weak. They get the weak of our people. Sell out. What they do is they sell them out. They sell out so they can enrich themselves in an industry that really destroys them. Yeah. It's all about sin and iniquity. Me and the brother have been saying this for years, bro. How America's chief export is what? Wickedness. Right. They export that shit out like it's the Chinese or something making that shit. Sin and iniquity made in the USA. Wholesale, man.
For real.
You got
it,
it, Jaquan.
Yeah, and I was mentioning that in a lesson earlier, how Esau created this society to just be a society to covet after, man. Mm-hmm. And in reality, we don't need none of that shit, man. All the shit that Esau puts out there for you to covet after, man, it's a vain, man. Ain't nothing righteous about it. You're not gonna get nothing good out of it, man. You might have fun a little bit, in the flesh. But when you sit down and analyze it spiritually, man, that shit is all poison. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Lord told us, like, look, don't covet after none of these things. Don't covet after the things that the wicked have, especially. Mm-hmm. Because nothing good comes from that shit. And that's what Esau created this world to be, a world for us to covet after. And once you come into this truth, you realize, like, look, Esau, first and foremost, achieved this through wickedness. Yep. Through destroying the Lord's people, blaspheming his name, nothing but wickedness, man.
That's right.
So how can you covet after something that was created in wickedness? And nothing good is ever gonna come out of there. That's and right. You will never have peace. Because if you truly understand how it works, It's like finances, man. You could say, "Oh, I'm worth these many billions," and at the end of the day, you ain't worth shit because if Esau want to fucking lock down all the systems, the stock markets, you're left with nothing because the money is a false balance.
Yeah.
So you see how stupid it is to put your faith in something that's corrupted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Esau wants you to do. And again, they do that because they want us low. Give me Judah chapter 5, where it speaks about and when they sinned against the Most High, they lost battles many. But if Judah chapter 5, Judah chapter 5 verse oh yeah, it went right to it. Go to 17. Start at 17. Points in 19. Well, actually 20. Yeah. Well, shit, 21. Yeah, so you start at 17 and we'll read down to 21. Judith. It's in the Apocrypha. 5 and 17.
Judith 5 and verse 17, it says, "And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them."
Right. So when we followed Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and we were doing what was right, we were being obedient, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai was with us. So we our enemies got taken down, right? We had preeminence over them, right? Because what? The power that hates iniquity was with us. Who is that power? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What is iniquity? Sin upon sin. The Lord hates sin, right? And that's what these nations do. They ain't under the law, so they don't realize it as sin. But that's what they do. Everything they do is sin and iniquity. All the customs that we've grown up to believe that is normal now started out with idolatry. From the homosexuality to the lesbianism to the child sacrifice, which is abortion today. All of that shit was ancient in the ancient world. That was what people did to get power on the left-hand side. Worshiping Satan and demons, right? The filthiness, the eating of the shit, the shitting on people, you know, these humiliation rituals. All of that shit come from humiliation rituals. When people like getting pissed on today, but that's humiliation rituals. Getting nut all in your face, cum all in your face. All of that shit is humiliation rituals. And then they made it to be a natural sexual intercourse, a part of natural sexual intercourse. When that shit is off, man. All of that shit is off to the sodomite. Sodomy. Sodomy was high-level witchcraft. It still is. But the average person that commits it, you don't get that reward that Esau gets from doing that shit. Right? Pedophilia and pederasty. You think that shit, there's people in the society that think that shit is normal. That shit comes from idolatry. Bestiality. Having sex with an animal. That shit, all these things that we just named off, they're all prohibited. They're all prohibited in the scriptures, and it's prohibited for the Israelites to do that shit. Oh, dressing as a man and a woman. A man dressing as a woman dressing as a man. That's an abomination in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This world had you believing that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai don't exist. That's why people believe the things they believe in, idols and shit. You got people that call themselves atheists that don't believe in no God. You're nothing. Like one of the bros said it earlier on the comment board. Jake is in the same mindset as an Esau. They carnal minded like an Edomite. Right? You don't fear death. Right? You don't fear tempting the Lord. All them things is what Esau do. All the skydiving, jumping out of a fucking plane at 30,000 feet. If the Lord allowed you to live, but really you're tempting the Lord. Because your shit can be the one that don't open up, nigga. Now you just flying to the ground, dead. Bow. And I've seen videos where people actually did that shit. Actually jumped out of a plane, parachute didn't open up, and died. It was a fucking spot on the ground. You got people out here jumping from buildings, what they call it at parkour, at 10,000 feet. Playing on buildings and shit. And then when they slip and die, oh no, nigga, you deserved it. Why would you do that? The Lord didn't make you Spider-Man, nigga. Stop watching movies, nigga. That's a movie. That nigga got strings on, nigga. You got nothing. You don't even have no wings. Again, but all this stuff that we're taught in this world, the eating of the foods that we eat. But I did a lesson maybe a week or two ago. It was, when I did the joint about the McRib. They had all these different commercials. They got Jake sitting in a fucking Red Lobster beating on a table, singing about a crab boil bag. And then Red Lobster comes up. The Red Lobster should be banned.
Yeah.
They sell lobster, nigga. Shrimp, crab, shrimp and lobster. Two of the most abominable foods that you can eat. You ain't supposed to eat that shellfish. We ain't supposed to eat that shit, but that's normal in our society. You can't take a Negro, Latino, Native American woman out to a spot and she not order some crab if it's on a menu. Or she order some shrimp if it's on a menu. Or she order some lobster if it's on a menu. Or she order some clam, some whatever. Oyster. Oh man. Oysters. Calamari. All of that shit. All that shit is made natural in this society. When in reality, that's sin and iniquity. And Esau wants to keep us in a state of sin and iniquity so that we could always be detached from our power. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 18, Judith 5 and 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into the land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and the cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my lord and governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So these people, these nations know that when we sin against our power, it's our ruin. It's always going to lead to us being destroyed. They think that they keep us in a perpetual state of sin and iniquity, that they're going to rule forever. Habakkuk 2 and 15. That's what they think. As long as they keep us sinning and grinning, they're always going to rule over us. They're never going to not be over us. Because look where we at. And they say, look at your people, look at them. Go ahead, bro.
Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Woe meaning destruction unto you, man. And that's what Esau does. The accuser of our brother, is cast down. I believe that's Revelation 12. No, Revelation 6 and 12. Revelation 12 and 10.
Revelation 12 and 10, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
There it is. And who is the accuser of our brethren? Esau, Edom, starting with the bank and the leak. They accuse us day and night. They have priests on the left-hand side that literally go to Yahweh Bashar and say, look at your people. Look what they're doing. And these people you want to save, you want to get them the blessing, you want to give them immortality, as if Yahweh Bashar don't know that you created the environment for them people to continually go off. That's no excuse for our people to continue on doing it. But listen, man, you setting up the environment for them to do that. Like in our kingdom, the environment we're going to set up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashar is a righteous one. Everything's going to be pushed to follow the Lord. Right? When a righteous bear rule, the people rejoice. Why are they going to rejoice? Because they're going to be able to live. But when a wicked bear rule, what? The people mourn. And that's where we at. We in a world, a place where people are mourning. You got people out here that's gluttons. I mean, you just weigh an abnormally amount of weight on you because you can't stop eating. You got an eating demon on you. You got people out here that's drunkards. They can't get off the bottle, can't get off the sauce because you got an alcoholic demon on you. But the world pushes that demon to you, which now the whole fucking alcoholic beverage industry is failing right now because this generation of people ain't drinking like that no more. I mean, they doing other shit. They on pills. They popping perks. They on they on a Fetty. You know what I'm saying? They doing that kind of shit. People, and then you go into these bars and you paying for an astronomical amount of money for a fucking liquor bottle that you can get from the corner, literally from the corner, for a fraction of the price. You going into a club playing. This brother used to work in a club, charge a motherfucker $200 and $300 for a bottle of Hennessy, nigga. Nigga, that shit's like $35. Fuck you paying all that money just so you can have a bottle in the club and a table. And what did they give you in this dark, dank, filthy place, man? Adultery, homosexuality, lesbianism, covetousness, right? Riotousness, revelry, going off. The whole industry, the music industry in America, it's hypnotic wickedness, bro. It teaches you to be a demon, to kill your own kind, to covet after your own kind, to murder, to kill. Well, that's called kill. Homosexuality, lesbianism. Nigga, you think the nigga singing about a bitch the whole time he's singing about a nigga. Right. Now you feel sorry for this nigga because he gay. Come on, bro. You hear this sad ass song. Oh, I miss you. I love you so much. Whole time Luther Vandross was singing to a wrestling nigga with oil on his body, man. It's the truth.
Yeah, all them Drakes too, Ricky Martin.
Oh, Ricky Martin, that's another one, man.
Shit, like.
Yeah, Alvin Torres. You can tell them niggas is homosexual, bro. All them badass Latin bitches and these niggas like dick, bro. These niggas, the nigga, what's the nigga, Romeo Santos? Yeah. These bitches, these Latin bitches really think this nigga's a lover man. He loves women. He loves men. For real. He will bend over in a heartbeat for some ride, man. But yet he's packing out fucking stadiums of women with husbands who will commit adultery in their mind with this man, yo. Oh, the Usher and the Chris Brown shit. Yeah. Bitches get on stage, they got men at home. Nigga done work 30 hours a week, 40 hours extra overtime to get you them Usher and Chris Brown tickets. Also, you can get on stage and be a harlot. You kiss this nigga the way that you never kiss your man. Rubbing on this nigga, you stroking this nigga's ego and jock. You ain't never did that for your man at the house, man. Never, man. You get that nigga a hard time, he want some box. Oh, no, I don't feel good tonight. I'm going to turn over. But let Usher, this nigga Usher got herpes. The nigga Chris Brown got herpes. Oh, that nigga get right up in the bed with you and start, do you mind if I stroke you there? I don't mind. And you fucking through. Talking about how this nigga smell good. You'll pay $1,000 to take a picture with this dude in a sexual, provocative manner just to say you was there. Chris Brown's your boyfriend. America, man. Scare America, the land of sin and opportunity, bruh.
That's right. That's why the Lord's gonna lay this land flat, man, to never be inhabited again. Because this shit is nothing but wickedness.
Straight up, man. That's all you had on it. Hey, close us out, brother.
Hey, so with that, Akim, we hope that camp was edifying. Again, all praises, honor, and glory go to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Mosul, and peace salutation to all you Akim out there pushing and defending his gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, as well as to the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom till next time.
Shalom till next time. If you were edified in this lesson, man, we always do it. Hey, put in number 1. If the lesson was edifying, if you got enough, you understood this truth, if you understand what the message is about repentance, turning back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because his wrath is coming. If you were edified, just put a number 1 up there. All you got to do is put a 1. If you weren't, put a number 2. We'll do better next time, or you don't got to listen and watch. 144%. And with that, let's say shalom, brother.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.